BAME Staff Network Group has brought about this wonderful opportunity to go into an environment where they're underrepresented at black and ethnic minority levels. The challenges I face is just to ensure that I receive the same opportunities as someone who's of a different ethnic background, and also just to be accepted as a professional woman in that environment in my own right, based on my skills, my experience, and just my work ethic.
I found the Outbound really useful in terms of sort of a go-to point. You know, people had a huge variety of experience and they were really willing to share that experience. I found that really helpful, and it was very much a kind of can-do attitude.
I didn't know that there was support available in TFL. I've got 2 autistic children, and what I was doing is my children were homeschooled, so my partner and I, we were kind of sort of mixing the childcare between us.
I've gone to the book club that the LGBT Network Group run, which stirs up a lot of good conversations with a lot of people. And so you start conversations about what you've experienced in your daily life at work as well as outside of work. I would encourage new members of staff to join the LGBT Network Group, because it's not all about gay people, straight people, lesbians. It's getting everybody together. We're starting to get more transgender people in.
I wasn't fully practicing my faith when I initially joined TFL, but it got to a point where I was a bit more religious and a bit more practicing. I just felt that the staff network group provides a great opportunity for people to come together and share their ideas, and also be very tolerant of other faiths and learn more about other faiths. So it's a very safe place for staff to go to and be able to openly practice their faith regardless of what background, race, religion they're from.
I decided to transition in 2013. I made contact with Outbound, hoping that there'd be other trans people within the group. There weren't, but what I did get was a lot of support from the chair and the vice chair and some of the other members. I went to London Pride that summer and I got tremendous support, which gave me the confidence then to go ahead and transition.
Got a disabled child. It was getting more difficult to attend to his needs. I was working shift work, which involved working weekend and various shifts. I joined the Disability Staff Network Group in the beginning, where I met a group of people who was advising me that I should apply for flexible working. And I've been the vice chair of the group.
My son's permanently disabled. He's 26 now, and if I'm honest, until recently my involvement was really supporting my wife. Sadly, my wife collapsed and died 2 years ago, and since then I've obviously had to take over sole responsibility for looking after Joe, and also my mum, elderly mum and mother-in-law. I found it really reassuring to know that the organisation had a network group with other people with similar challenges and issues, and I found that really reassuring to be able to know that the employer supports the network group, and that there are others that I can chat to as well.
I found from a personal point of view from the committee that when I attended, my ideas as a woman were expressed and accepted, and we were in an area that was quite safe and it could be confidential, and yet it was very progressive, and any ideas and thoughts we had in that room became bigger, and so I felt very comfortable in that environment.
The ability to be able to do your daily prayers and having a prayer room is one of the key benefits I see of being involved with the Faith Network Group. You have like kind of very leadership, high level recognition that faith is important within TFL. And that's quite an important thing to have when you feel that faith is an important aspect of your life.
Growing up with a speech impediment, what we know as a stammer, within the workplace I faced a lot of challenges, especially with me being in the ticket office. I got involved with the Staff Network Group's disability section. There was so much that I wanted to say, so much interaction that I wanted to do, but because I felt held back, I probably contributed about 10% of what I could have contributed. I've had the support, I feel much stronger, I feel more confident, and going through the techniques now is really helping me immensely.
As the chair, I do support many faiths within TFL. As an individual, I'm a Christian. What I can offer to individuals not just in my faith, but how we think, how we feel, and to be free in being who we are within the workplace. And that's what Transport for London is great at. The opportunities we offer, the opportunities they offer to actually allow individuals to be themselves and be free to express who they are.
I got involved with Women's Staff Network Group when I went along to one of the events and realised how interesting everyone was there. Women only make up 22%. We can't change the organisation just by ourselves. We need to incorporate the other 78% of the organisation. By encouraging more women into our organisation, we make the transport system better for everyone in the city and therefore make it a better city to work in.
I was doing shift work and working at different underground stations. And unfortunately my marriage broke down and I suddenly needed to find something 9 to 5. But I was determined to stay with TfL and to carry on working, and I found the network group was very, very important part of my life, really, and the support I got there was absolutely incredible. I've met people I can actually put my head on my heart and say I have made friends for life from the Staff Network Group.